Hi, everybody. Hey, I just thought I'd do a real quick video. A couple of people, Gav, had done like a little studio tour. Um, there's a couple other people have done like little tours of their work area and uh, some of their loot, their lead pile, and everything else. So I thought I'd do something real quick, just kind of show you what I had. So this is on top of this is the shelving unit for my TV. I'm sorry, I'm getting used to my gimbal here, so sorry if things are a little wonky. But essentially, if I was to back up a little bit, you could be able to see from my painting area, my TV, and all that kind of stuff. And I'll do that in a minute. But while I'm standing here, so these uh, containers have figures in them, obviously, for all my periods that I'm currently working on, labeled, the sizes, and for the most part, most of them are pretty full. This one that's not labeled is actually all 28 millimeter um, pulp action style figures. There's some cars in there and things like that to do some pulp action style games and things like that. Um, Over here, got some 15 millimeter French Foreign Legion. This has got different scale planes and boats in it. This has, it's not labeled, but it's all 1/285th scale or 1/300 or 6 millimeter World War II armor and infantry. Uh, you've seen that unit. I just got done painting. And some more of my stuff that I painted. I just haven't flocked any of the bases yet or anything like that. And coming over here, so more stuff. 28 millimeter AWI, War of Spanish Succession, French and Indian War, 10 millimeter Arabs through the Crusades, and uh, Muslim invasion of Spain in the medieval era. More medieval figures, more World War One, Renaissance. This is also 10 millimeter Spanish War, Spanish Succession. And then I'm gonna kind of step back here a little bit. And all my board games. I'll just kind of go in a little bit here. Just kind of show you what we got. All my different board games. And down here, more stuff. And even more stuff. Some books. I'm just gonna kind of bring you guys over here a little bit. Now, all my books, reference material. This up front are just some of the canvases that I use when I'm using my airbrush. So I put this on my workbench. It's just some random photos and things like that that I've gotten, artwork, things like that. Everything back here, more stuff for board games, more reference material, way more reference material, movies and videos I enjoy. Let's see, up here on top. It's actually a lovely day out today. Some models, terrain, some stands for the large busts that I do. And hey Gav, we were talking about that Mang World War One kit. So there it is. That was my version of it. I have not gotten around to painting it yet, but there it is. A dragon I'm supposed to be painting for my daughter. Some of the stuff you guys have seen. Okay, so now over to, oops, hit my table. Some more hobby supplies, things like that. I use a variety of different paints to do the things that I need to do. It's a 3D printed Baby Yoda that I need to paint for my wife. A friend of mine at work printed that out on his 3D printer, gave it to my wife, and I'm going to paint it for her. There's some more figures, flags for the troops. Again, I use a lot of different mediums when I paint. So these are all inks. Those are all enamels. These are all, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but gouache paints. A little bit thicker than watercolors and a little bit thicker than regular artist acrylics, but really, really nice medium to paint with. And those are just Tamiya acrylic paints. Then, let's see, we'll start here. So these are all the oil paints I have. There's some Chimera acrylics. Let's see, come on, pay attention here. Artist acrylics. There's some more oils down here at the bottom. And then it's a shelf with other hobby paints, mostly Andrea and Scale 75. I have thrown out most of the Vallejo colors that I had. Just didn't like them. You'll see in the back there's a couple of Foundry left. And the only Citadel paints I'll ever use are these washes. And there's some MIG colors in there too. Okay, so now back over, so a little bit more of my hobby room here. Focus maybe. So just some statues I've picked up. Other things that I've been given as gifts. My daughter made me this Build-A-Bear by the Yankees. I have I collect comic art from some artists that show up at a Comic-Con that we have here locally in Portland. Oops. Hey, more reference material. So now here's my stash of all of my larger scale busts and figures that I paint. More reference material, a little cubby full of painting supplies, things like that. These, I gotta sit down here. These are my rules. More painting reference material, how to paint, different painting styles, oil paints, things like that. More rule sets. Some of my most recent comics that I've picked up. These are miniatures that I actually need to put downstairs. I have more storage space. I have what do they call them, barrister cases, and I put all my figures in there so that they can actually be displayed. Let's see here, let's pan down. So more rules, more board games, some larger scale figures where they wouldn't fit up on that other shelf. Just that genuine kind of mess. And then there's all the models, plastic models that I'm looking to paint or build eventually. I love the World War One era, and I love World War One planes. So eventually, I'll actually get to actually building them. Um, that. So let's go over here. Sorry for the whipping movement. Some more reference material, some more rule books for games. My messy computer desk. My coffee that's getting cold while I'm doing this, my computer, some more painting reference material, and then my airbrushes. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Before it gets cold. And then my painting area. So I'm going to scoot back here minute so you guys can actually see this. So before, see if I can get this to focus. There we go. So before, that's where I was showing you all the unpainted lead. This is my painting table. My TV is up there so I can watch TV or listen to TV, whatever I'm doing while I'm painting. And then just my general work area. So I think this has gone on long enough. It's almost 12 minutes. So hope you guys enjoyed the tour of my little room. Hope everybody's doing well. And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.